Go ahead.
Oh no, I want one of the players to do it.
Oh, that's an Enid thing.
So we bodied Gundyr. Absolutely.
Oh sure, of course.
He absolutely did no damage to any of us.
I climbed a tree.
Yep, Yumi climbed a tree for no reason. She was completely safe. We made it to the Firelink Shrine. There we met, before we made it to the Firelink Shrine, actually, we met the Eastern Swordsman, who I believe it was his daughter, correct?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Who was dying in her arms.
Oh, she was already dead. She had a katana in her fucking chest.
Yeah. He killed her because she was hollowing. That's right.
Right.
And then we made it to the Firelink Shrine, where Hawkwood was being a coward, and we figured out that we need to get the transposing kiln from, I forget that dude's name, the dude with like no legs sitting on the throne. Ludleth, yeah.
And where did he say that we'd be able to find that at? Who
Under
would we
the
be hunting
bridge.
Undead settlement underneath the bridge.
From the map makers.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. And then something I'd also like to introduce is that Dakota was in my first campaign, the Dark Souls campaign, but it's completely changed from the original game. But he'll probably recognize a few characters and stuff like that. Like definitely.
That's why I laughed at who was it? Fucking Hawkeye. What'd you say his name? Yeah, Hawkwood. Yeah, that's why I laughed. Is because he was a bitch then too.
Yeah, he gave me conniptions.
Nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and set the scene again in a much shorter monologue than last time. So we had just come out of this beautiful cathedral with a stone statue, actually a marble statue, of a motherly-looking figure in pure white flowing robes, who was holding in her hands a child in swaddling clothes. Upon further investigation of this child, it appeared to be a very frail child indeed, unusually sickly looking. And through history checks, we were able to discover that this child is of royalty, but we're not exactly sure how. Fought a Lothric knight as well as a Lothric priest that came in to patrol the cathedral. Not sure exactly what they were doing there. Fucked them up a little too fast to discover what. And after that, left the cathedral, and now we see the outside of this beautiful cathedral building. And beyond that, we see the towering castle walls as well as towers just stretching as far as the eye can see. And these walls appear to be at least 100 feet tall. We cannot see anything over them except for the clouds above us. And directly in front of us, we have a dusty, ancient city street where hollows aimlessly wander forward. They look to be workers or laborers of some kind, carrying bags of what could be straw as well as tools of different professions. And other than that, we've got two Lothric knights that are guarding this fountain, and directly in front of them are like little shanty houses with very poorly crafted shingles that are just scattered across the streets. And we had the crab go out and sort of investigate and see this, and you would immediately see this hollow right here looks to be...
He has a name.
Yeah. Oh, his name was, what was his name?
It was Clamps.
Clamps, yes. So Clamps would be
That's not how it's pronounced,
crab.
is it?
Is it?
No, it's pronounced Clamps.
Clamps!
Oh,
okay, that's what I thought.
Beautiful. So Clamps went out of the cathedral and, being a cool little swamp crab, was able to notice this cart of hay in front of us and see this this hollow laborer aimlessly pouring bags of hay into this carriage. That wasn't a short monologue at all. That was pretty long. But let's go ahead and discover what are we going to do at this point, seeing this.
I love it when you set the scene for me.
Oh, good.
All right, so Clamp's coming back and telling us that. I think the first thing Enith would do is turn to Hedges and Yumi and go, 2 more nights ahead, and she'd kind of point.
Hedges looks back at Yumi and says, well, do you want me to have all the fun, or do you want to go out there and do something?
I would also say that you would notice that the Lothric Knights are looking in the opposite direction. They're not looking towards you guys.
Okay, I would relay that information as well.
Shall we see where they are coming from, or where they are going?
Seems like your kind of thing.
I suppose it is. I'll investigate where they're coming from first. Should I roll stealth?
If you'd like, you don't have to.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh.
So go ahead and go out onto the dusty stone staircase that you would have gone to. So you would at first creak this heavy wooden door open very well, but it would slam behind you, and your footsteps would be heard clacking on the stone staircase. And hearing that, the closest hollows would stop in their tracks, look to you, drop their tools, and begin gaping their jaws and snarling, pointing directly at you. And as this happens, the Lothric Knights would swivel as fast as they could, their royal red capes flowing in the breeze, look to you, and put their hands on the hilt of their great swords. So we'll go ahead and roll initiative.
Clamps, run!
Let me get the dice roller out, because that shit's so fucking useful. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and right click you, add to turn order, and so you need Brian, minus, and Jarnefelt to turn. Okay, so Enith got a 12. Was your initiative was a 14 for?
Hedges was 14.
Go ahead.
Jarnefelt was 6.
Okay. And then we'll go ahead and roll for our Lothric Knights. Let's see. 4. Okay.
I don't see Hedges on the dice roller there.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-mm. Does everyone
I see
else?
him.
Okay. It's weird.
Can you guys see him?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So, Hedges, you would hear the commotion, and you would hear the clattering of the full plate armor and chainmail beneath it, and know that something is afoot, as well as the howling of these hollow laborers.
Alright. Hedges, already anticipating that something was going to happen, lets out a whoop of glee, ready for more battle, charges forward to right, Shmya, and he's going to go ahead and light up that first Lothric Knight.
We'll see.
Oh, it's happening. Let's go ahead and start this off with Nat 20. Oh, close enough.
It blocks with its great shield, and your halberd bounces right off it.
Ooh, okay. So now what I'm gonna do is attack with the butt of my halberd.
It doesn't even lift its great field shield for that. You hit it straight in the chest of its heavy armor, and your halberd just boings off of it.
Right, well, because he had to be so casual, and I'm action surging, and I'm attack with my halberd. And, I've been rolling with the wrong halberd. I'm supposed to be using the other one that's +1, right? Until I unlock everything else.
Gundir's halberd is right now just a regular halberd until you get the transposing kill.
Oh, so I don't even get the +1. I just thought I got the extra. Okay, cool.
Okay. Once again, bounces off the armor, and he blocks it with his great shield.
Alright, Hedges takes a free action to lift up his visor and spit through his gap teeth into his face and slams it back down.
Perfect. Go ahead, Enith.
Okay, I'm gonna throw a ray of frost at the other one, the one that Hedges isn't standing next to.
Okay.
Oh, Hedges is also going to use his the little bit of his movement left. He's actually going to take one step back.
We'll go ahead and turn that down a little bit.
Thanks.
So that's going to be the Ray of Frost. So you're going to take a step back, and Enith's spell is going to whiz right over one of the Lothric Knights' heads.
Alright, and then I'm going to step backwards into the doorway, and that will be my turn.
I'll say the doors we'll just say they stay open for now, so you guys have viewpoint of everyone, and they have viewpoint of you. So next up will be Yumi.
I'm going to draw my short sword, move over here, and try and stab this hollow.
Okay, cool. Alright, that is a good strike. Slash her right across its chest.
There is a person next to it. I will do an extra 1d6.
Okay.
For attack again, not damage.
Okay, cool. So go ahead and roll that attack. So that's going to be 2 hits, slash across its chest twice. And I'm not even going to have you roll damage with that one. That hollow is cut in half and falls to the ground lifeless.
And that's my turn.
Okay, what is Jarnafel going to do?
Jarnafelt is going to, since he's still holding the parrying shield in his long sword, he's going to lumber up right here. Or no, I'm sorry, right here.
Okay, and that's going to be
No, I lied.
1/4 cover, I think it is, below half.
1/4 cover.
No,
There's half and 3/4 cover.
There's half and 3/4. Okay, so that'll just be half cover behind the fountain.
Sounds good, we'll take it.
Okay, and that's going to be it for Jarnafelt?
Yeah.
Okay. So, before
he'll
the
go ahead and take the dodge action since, don't want to waste it.
Okay. So, before the Lothric Knights begin to charge, you can see the glowing red of their undead eyes underneath their visors. You see one of the heavy heavy wooden doors of these shanty houses barge open. And you see an undead who looks to be hollowed, but is not acting really aimless at all. And he shouts to you, being a male undead, and says, "Quickly! Get over to my house! You'll be safe here! The Lothric Knights won't follow you!" And he waits at the door and tries to wave you in a hurry. And the Lothric Knights will then begin to charge. So the one to the left is going to go straight for Hedges.
Ooh, as soon as he hits this square, I'm going to go ahead and take an attack of opportunity on him.
Dope. Perfect. Okay. In this Lothric Knight's rage, you go ahead and give a good slash between his armor plates. Alright. Go ahead and get my combat Google Doc open, because I don't think there's is there a combat tracker that only I can see for damage, or
yes,
probably
but I
not.
don't know how to get to it.
Okay, so do you want to track your NPC's HP?
Yeah.
Okay, so what you can do is you can just track their HP via the green bar above, type in their HP on the green circle above them, and we can't see that whatsoever. That'll only display for you.
Okay.
It works the same way as if I can give you a link where you can literally just input whatever tokens you want from the monster manual as tokens onto here, and it'll put all their stats on that and shit for you.
Okay. Okay, so you're going to deal 12 slashing damage, and you hear a grunt coming from beneath its visor. And my shit is freezing up for some reason. Oh, here we go, finally. Okay. So next up is going to be the second Lothric Knight, who draws his great sword. And he is going to go to Jarnafelt. Oh, excuse me. This guy didn't take his fucking turn yet. So yeah, he's going to go ahead after that good slash into his armor. He's going to continue to approach you, and he's going to raise his great sword over his head and bring down the pain. So let's go ahead and see if he can hit you. It's going to be a plus here. Okay.
So let's go ahead and roll that with disadvantage. Jarnafelt's going to throw up his shield to interpose on the attack.
Okay. Alright. So, connection with the shield, the greatsword bounces off. And he is going to go ahead and give a second swing.
Yeah, I bet.
Okay. So that is going to be another miss. And now the second Lothric Knight will charge up behind Jarnafelt and once again try to slash his greatsword at him. Missing wide, and that'll be the end of the Lothric Knights, but the other hollows are starting to take notice and stop in their tracks and face you guys and begin howling. Let's see. And the not maddened undead is continuing to try to wave you guys in. So the next step is going to be Hedges.
Hedges, shit. He says, "Get you moving. I'll try and cover your retreat." And he's going to continue to attack the Lothric Knight in front of him.
How honorable.
Yeah, isn't it?
Alright, so he's going to bounce off his great shield. And Dude, I just want to give you guys a fair warning. Lothric Knights are scary boys. So, he is going to take a reaction to parry and add 2 to his AC. And that's going to be another miss.
Okay, so after that happens, nope, a whole lot of nothing. Hedges is gonna go ahead and hold his ground.
Okay. You guys seeing these brutes not taking a lot of hits, tanking it up. Enith, what are you gonna do?
So I'm gonna cast Grease centered right here.
Perfect.
I was heading that way.
I love it. Okay, because there are no good grease graphics, go ahead and 10-foot square. Okay. There we go.
Blam.
Alright, so he needs to make a dex saving throw 13 DC.
Alright, he's gonna have a pretty bad dexterity being so heavy, so let's see what he can do. Boom. Whoa, whoa, whoa! And he's gonna go prone and slip into the oil.
Alright, and then I'm gonna
Damn.
yell, "Quickly, Clamps!" as I run by him. I'm gonna kind of quickly pick him up.
Aw, that's adorable.
And then I'm gonna kind of take my move.
And diagonal is also 5 feet.
Okay, yeah, and I can get 1, 2.
Moving out of the hollow's range, they might be able to get an attack of opportunity on you.
Okay, yeah, I'm not moving out of its range. I can only move to right there, so
Okay.
that'll be my turn.
Go ahead, Yumi.
Let's see here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet.
Are you gonna jump into that tree?
I'm not going to jump into the tree yet.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and kill that hollow beside her.
Okay, yeah, you can see him bringing up its claws and salivating at the mouth at Enith.
Free action to swap to my short bow. Double crit!
Go!
Oh!
Knock its head off. How much damage are we dealing?
Holy shit, that's a 1 in 400 chance.
Double rainbow.
Oh, wait! That's another 1 in 400 chance! You rolled the same thing! What?
Okay, so the hollow begins snarling and gapes open its mouth to bite Enith. Enith, looking back, the next thing she sees is its head explode in a cloud of blood as an arrow shoots right between its eyes.
Gross!
Effortless.
And will that be it? Is that
That's
all
it.
you're gonna do?
Uh-huh.
Really?
That's all my movement and my action.
Jeez. Alright, go ahead for Jarnafelt.
Jarnafel's going to capitalize on the opportunity of this Lothric Knight being on the ground, and he is going to attack. Going to go ahead and attack it.
Okay, cool.
Oh, in typical Jarnafelt fashion.
Yeah. Just bounce off the armor while he's on the ground.
And being the stalwart friend that he is, he will not be leaving Hedges Noon behind, and he will stay here.
Perfect. Okay. Next up is going to be the Lothric Knights. This one... oh shit. Let's see here. I kind of gave this friendly hollow a turn order between the Lothric Knights. So I think he's going to see the situation and sort of look around for something to throw. And he's going to find a large rock in the dirt. Let's see. So he's going to step forward just a tad bit past these barrels and say, "Hey, over here!" And he's going to throw this large rock at the Lothric Knight by Hedges. And let's see if he can do that. It's going to bounce off his armor. And the Lothric Knight is... Actually, I would say it's not going to even bounce off his armor. It's probably just going to splash into the fountain, not getting the Lothric Knight's attention at all. And so the one on the ground is going to take half his movement to stand up and go ahead and take a big old swing at Jarnafelt. Nice! And then he's going to take a second swing. Nice!
Yes.
Okay, swings above his head twice, being 8 feet tall. So the second Lothric Knight is going to go ahead and give a frustrated... Go ahead, what?
If he's ending his turn there, he has to make another dex save to not fall over.
Perfect. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do that. And you said it was a 13?
13, correct.
Takes 2 swings, and the weight of those swings bring him back down to the ground, splashing into the grease in an oof. So the second Lothric Knight is going to also try to bring down his steel greatsword onto Hedges twice more. Jesus.
Good
All
friend that Jarnafeld is going to go ahead and throw a shield out, post disadvantage.
Perfect. Bam! Shield saves the day once more. A loud crack of steel against steel. He'll make a second attack. Holy fucking shit! It's going to be a 35.
Good game, guys.
Had a lot of fun.
Yeah, dude. Really glad I got to contribute as much as I did, but
Good night.
we'll have to reroll, I think.
Okay. You've still got death saving throws. Oh, so that
Good thing we gave the chimes to Yumi.
Okay, so that's going to be 7 plus 8.
15.
Okay.
Like a little
And
bitch.
then, so what's your HP at right now?
8, like a man.
Okay, you're also going to take some radiant damage.
Didn't you add the radiant damage? You
No.
I can't
So
add
you'll
my
take-
sneak attack damage either. You need to roll it separately.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I've just been rolling that shit separately because I'm dumb. Okay, so your radiant damage is also going to pierce through your wounds, and that's going to bring it to 6.
I like it.
And then next up is going to be Hedges.
Hedges is going to use his bonus action to enact a second wind.
Okay.
Which, do I need to link that? Do you know what that does? 1d10.
You can go ahead and just link it
Okay, give me a second here. Can
just for reference.
I think I actually typed this in manually like a scrub, so let me find it here.
Heal me, bonus action, D10.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Alright, and we're gonna do that 1d10 plus my fighter level.
And remember, you guys each have a
hate to
Estus
see
Flask as well as that chime.
You hate to see it. Alright, so that's 5 healing I get back, or 5 health.
Cool.
And what type of action economy does drinking the flask take?
That'd be a bonus action.
Well, I just used a bonus action. Can I use it as an action? Or bonus action?
If you want to use that as an action instead of attacking, go ahead.
I do.
Perfect.
And the Estus Flask, remind me, healing, that's 2d4 plus 2?
Yeah, it's just like a regular healing potion that regains charges at dawn. And it can increase its d4 depending on how many shards you find.
Great, alright, so that's actually an 8, so that puts me at 19.
Dope.
And after doing that, Hedges says, well, thanks for the shield, friend. And Hedges is going to hedge his bets and try and run around this guy. So, 1,
Alright.
2, 3. There we go. Go ahead and swipe me
Okay.
on the way.
So you went
Okay.
like here and then here.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Attack of opportunity, let's see what happens.
Pain.
As I, like, cheap animation skid across the ground. Like,
Let's see. So 5 slashing damage. Lucky you.
Holy shit.
And 4 radiant damage.
alright, Hedges is chilling at 10 hit points like a boss.
Well, save yourself from dying, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And you can see this guy seeing you coming is, hurry! Hurry! And next up will be Enith.
I'm going to cast Grease again. Just one centered right here.
Awesome. Let me go ahead and copy that.
Just down 5 feet.
Down 1? Okay.
Right there, perfect. And then Enith is gonna take off toward this man.
Okay. As he waves you both in.
And that'll be my turn.
Go ahead, Yumi.
Let's see here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I will try and shoot something with my short bow again.
Okay, the hollow turns to face you and snarls.
I'll be shooting the one to my left between me and Brian.
This one right here? Okay.
Uh-huh.
That's a good hit. Right in the solar plexus.
I don't
Okay.
benefit from sneak attack though.
Okay. So it's gonna hit him right in the solar plexus, and he's gonna let out a low groan, and heal over a little bit. But regain his balance, and he's going to be heavily injured.
That's my turn.
Okay, Jernfelt.
Since this Lothric Knight is prone and can take attacks of opportunity.
This one can.
Yeah, but only one can. So
You're right.
1,
So that'll be 2d6 instead of 4d6.
20, 25, 30. Right there.
Okay. So, once again, he'll be, let's see, he'll be going around like that.
Yep, you got it. Well, looks like we got one more, so right there.
Okay. Oh, no, that'd be 35.
Oh, okay, see, I thought I was right, but after the drawing. Okay, cool. There we
Okay, cool. Alright, so that's going to be 2 great sword swipes.
go. 1 great sword swipe, because you can make 1 attack.
Oh, golly. Okay.
He can dash as well, right?
I think so. I don't see
take a
anything
dash
that's
action? Oh,
If he's not
Jarderfeld took
making
a
it-
disengage action as he left, so...
Yeah, if he's
Oh.
not doing an attack or disengage or anything like that, he'd be able to, but...
Yeah, he took a disengage action, so can he actually even make the attack of opportunity?
No.
Oh no.
Wait, so you did take a disengage?
Yeah, disengage and then ran off.
Okay, so no attack of opportunity, yeah. Perfect. You're too quick for him in your black iron armor. Okay. Lothric Knights are going to pursue and don't seem to be really that cognitive enough to understand that there is a pool of grease in front of them and are too focused on ending your miserable existences. So, is it walking through the grease that would also probably promote dexterity?
So it's difficult terrain,
So they just get half then?
and then if they enter it, they have to make this save.
Okay, perfect.
Or if they end their turn there. So the one that...
This one would be entering.
Yeah, and then the one that stood up, I don't know what his movement speed is, but it's 10 feet to move the 1 square, and then half of his movement speed to stand up.
Okay, cool. Alright. So we'll go ahead and make that dexterity roll for the first Lothric Knight. He is going to slip and fall with a big crash. And the second one is just going to turn to Jarnafel 2 attacks.
Hey, is he within 10 feet of Hedges?
He is within 10 feet of Hedges.
Hedges is gonna take a reaction and whap him.
Let's do it.
No, he's not. Never mind. Don't
No,
worry
he's
about
not. Okay.
it. Just kind of gently
Alright, 2
caresses
great
him with
sword
the helmet.
attacks.
Okay.
Okay, so Jarnafelt's AC is 20. Nice. So that is 1 clang against the armor and another clang against the armor. And this hollow is to attack Enith with his claws.
My wart seemingly alert to this
Yeah.
attack
It
incoming.
begins twitching. Alright, swipe and a miss. Alright, and then next up this cognitive hollow is going to rush back to his door and open it for you guys to try to rush through as fast as possible, and Hedges is going to be next.
That's it, right there.
Oh, attack of opportunity!
But by who?
By
That hollow gun I didn't
the
kill.
injured hollow.
Huh? I went around. I went to here, and then I went
okay.
down.
Yeah, you can always use snap to corner, and then you can right click, and it will show like the actual path.
Okay.
So what path did you...
That one you just drew out.
Okay, cool. So you are good.
And you know what? He's gonna go ahead and use his action to prepare a Can I hold it just in case this particular hollow moves to this space? Hedges would like to
Sure.
make an attack.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and symbolize that this door is open. Okay. And then, yeah, so Enith will be next.
Alright, I'm going to kind of turn to this hollow right here, and I'm going to try and hit it with a firebolt.
Dope. Alright, that is going to burst in flames on his body for 5 damage, and he's going to screech, but still be barely alive. So he tries to put out the flames.
Alright, and then I'm just going to accept that he's going to try and attack me and just run and go to where the hollow...
Yeah. Pull out a
motion us to.
bleeding Flamberg. Bleeding +3 Flamberg, so that's going to be pretty cool. So next, Yumi.
I'm going to move 5 feet. If I can actually move.
Oh, over
My
here.
token, damn you.
Oh, can you now move it?
I cannot.
It says it's under control by you.
You have to switch to the select. Right now you're on the map.
Oh man. I'm gonna move 5 feet, try and kill this one hollow, then spend the rest of my movement to get inside.
Okay, cool. Alright, that's a good slash. And that is enough to get the hollow to screech and keel over dead.
And rest of my movement to head inside.
So, yes, inside. And Jarnafelt is going to go next.
Jarnafelt is going to take the disengage action and get right here next to Hedges.
Perfect. And the Lothric Knights are going to pursue. So this one is going to once again lift himself up out of the grease, it now staining his royal red cape. 15 and 20, 25. Ooh, he gets, if he leaves it, he gets -10, or is that just if
He uses half his movement to get up and then 10 more to leave it.
Oh, yes.
It's difficult terrain, so it's double movement speed to move through it. So yeah.
So he'll be able to just move 5 feet then. And then the other one is going to pursue and is going to take one swipe at Hedges, and if that hits...
This one, since it's a new round,
Yep.
yeah, Hedges is going to go ahead and do his miss real quick, if you don't mind. Oh, there it is.
Whoa. I'm trying to figure out if at this point he would be able to take a parry. I think he would be.
If he
You
was
can't use your reaction on your turn.
Okay. Yeah, that's the one thing I was a little confused about, if he would even be able to do that. Alright, so yeah, that's going to hit.
Alright, let's give him the 1-2 whapperoo.
I like
There
it.
it is.
Okay. Good slash to the armor. You see some blood spill out. Alright, so that is a good hit. And he's going to continue pursuing forward after that good hit. Take a slash at Hedges. Miss. Try once more. And hit, unless Jarnafel can use the...
Being the good friend he is, you know he will.
Okay, cool. Alright. Great shield over your head. Slashes on the shield instead of you. And the owner of this abode is going to rush into his house as well. And next up is going to be Hedges.
Hedges is going to take the disengage action, slapping Jarnafelt on the shoulder as he heads by, and he goes inside and essentially bowls into this guy, so there's room for Jarnafelt to come in behind him.
Alright, I'll say that he left. He's a little bit further into his house, so you can do that.
Great.
And Enith, are you just going to stay there, or are you going to try some shit from inside the house?
So Enith's not just gonna sit there and let this hollowed out knight attack her companions. I'm gonna step forward, and I'm gonna try and hit it right here. Would you say that'd be fine for shooting a ray of frost at it?
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, yeah. So I'd step out and shoot a ray of frost.
Dope.
Big damage, baby.
Oh my god, for real?
Fucking next level, dude.
Strong cast, and then just a little comes out of your hand.
Yeah,
And
okay,
a little bit of ice.
Its movement speed is reduced by 10.
A little web of ice just forms on his armor.
And then I'm gonna run back in.
Got him. What's Yumi's plan at this point?
I'm going to provide covering fire and try and shoot the knight.
Alright.
That was my
Perfect.
short sword, but they're the same attack mod. Is that fine?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Right through the armor.
And an extra 1d6 since there's a person within 5 feet.
Okay, sweet.
Let's see.
Okay, another grunt comes from the inside of his visor.
Do any of our blows, like, does he seem like we're wearing him down at all, or not really?
I would say yes. He seems to be a little exhausted and a little injured, but not like deathly. So that's going to be the additional d6.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, he is definitely looking in a lot more poor shape than when he started. I would say significantly.
That's my turn.
Okay. Jarnfeld.
Jarnfeld is going to, although he really wants to finish off the night, seeing to the welfare of his friends is more important, so the goodly paladin will take a disengage action and enter the home. Yeah, right there.
Okay. At this point, the
And I'll close up the doors behind him.
Oh, cool. Oh, cool. So yeah, the owner of the abode would have tried to do that, but you guys slamming the door shut would work well. And then we would see the outside of combat. I would say we are now. The Lothric Knights rush forward. You guys are able to peer through a little rectangular hole in the door, like a little sort of sliding window. And the Lothric Knights rush forward as fast as they can, and they stop at the door. And they just peer inside with their capes waving in the wind. And slow down, do not look hostile anymore, and begin slowly lumbering back to their positions as the hollows no longer look hostile and make their way aimlessly through the streets once more.
I'm petting Clamps, and I just mutter, "Next time! Next time!"
So let me go ahead and bring us to the next slide. Okay. And then I'll have to go ahead and, well, let me go ahead and add, I didn't have our new players in here yet. So I'm going to add Yumi and Jarnfeld to the slide. And then I'll go ahead and give you guys some souls for killing the 2 hollows. So let's see what those would be. You guys earn 200 XP total. Or excuse me, 200 souls total. So you guys have an additional gold of 200 that you guys can split amongst each other.
Sounds
Okay,
like
so
50 apiece.
Yeah. So the door shut behind you. The Lothric Knights go back to their patrol, and we are now inside this man's very small abode. You see before you, not a hollow, what looks like an undead like yourself, sitting at a chair at this small table by flickering candlelight. And go ahead and, Dakota, describe what exactly it is they're seeing, they're looking at when they enter this home.
Though the colors on my token are not accurate. A uniform similar to the one you see depicted, but in silvers, grays, and blacks. A a leather-clad and dirty, worn longbowman sits before you, defeated, with very little reaction as you walk in. Effectively a look up and a gentle nod in respect.
After that, here, just a second, I'm not able to get this fucking stupid menu off the screen. So after you guys get this nod from a not very surprised undead, it seems, somebody who does have his mind and his wits about him, the hollow owner of this home is going to welcome you in and say, well, it seems to be fate. Not much earlier before I came across you, who were in much danger, it seems to be. No offense. We had another undead that entered my abode, also seemingly lost within the walls of Lothric Castle. If you'd like to introduce yourself to what seems to be the fated meeting of 4 more Ashen Undead, we may have quite a few things to talk about indeed.
Enith would immediately walk over and sit down next to Dakota's unnamed as of yet character and kind of just place clamps down on the table.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and make a little bit of room.
That I don't think I'd say anything, but you could see my 1,000-yard stare of a demeanor turn into, well, excuse me? But wouldn't mention anything. But the raised eyebrow at a mud crab being laid upon the table is enough to be like, what the hell?
Oh yeah, let me go ahead and bring clamps over here for you.
Enith wouldn't think anything of you looking at clamps at all. She's so used to it.
Alright, let me go ahead and place your buddy in here. And then what is everybody else going to do welcoming into this small cobblestone abode? We have a flickering bonfire at the end of his house. A little bit of a chest. You can assume he keeps his belongings, maybe clothing in there, a dusty carpet. And it's just a little bit musty in here, but it seems to be comfy and cozy for this hollow.
Hedges would like to first give Jarnafelt the warrior's handshake and thanks for saving his life a couple times out there. No words passing between them. You know, warriors know what warriors know.
I think there should be some words.
Nope, no words. And he walks over to the corner here and rests his hands on the table and doesn't actually comment on the hollow's appearance and just says, I thank you for your hospitality, host. And he looks over to the longbowman and he says, I'm Hedges Noon. And Jarnafelt says nothing. He goes and crosses his arms and leans against the wall like a big black dresser.
Wait, this guy's hollow that had us?
Yeah, he appears as his token does. He is skeletal and thinning skin over his skeletal form, but he seems to have his wits about him as well.
Jarnafelt, noticeably, like, although he's in a casual demeanor, hasn't put away his sword and shield, but looks relaxed.
Would you guys also want to introduce to our new undead here what you look like, so he's got a better idea what he's looking at?
Sure, Enith.
Yeah, so Enith basically is a just barely cresting 5 foot tall, with a large hunchback. She is basically a swamp witch, as her token would appear. She's dressed in like some fur garb that is pretty common amongst like swamp pyromancers, and yeah, she has a small swamp crab that she carries around with her.
Fucking love it.
And a large wart on her nose named Phil.
Oh, damn. All right. Does Phil have a character sheet?
He should.
Not yet.
All right, anyway.
Hedges Noon, he's about 6'4", pushing 300 pounds, just as much fat as muscle, and has 2 halberds crossed on an X on his back. He's in full plate mail that has crude paintings and faded paintings of suns, as well as a sunburst on the top of his helmet with spikes about it. He lifts up his visor as he addresses you, and you see a big, gnarly, black, bushy beard with 2 piercing, light amber eyes, and a welcoming, big, flat face, and a gap-toothed smile. And he looks warm and earnest. And Jarnafelt is nearly as big as Hedges, dressed in all black plate with a large black tower shield and a long sword, other than appearing to be a dark knight. Doesn't really give you any more indication of what he's like, doesn't speak to you.
Okay, cool. So in response to the
Yumi?
go ahead.
Yumi's just in pitch black clothes
Oh,
with a
that's right.
mask. Even with the mask on, you can see that she has a bad case of resting bitch face.
Perfect.
So in response to the original greeting, I'd say my name's Sauerbald. Pleasure making your acquaintance.
Well, now that we all know each other, would you all? I'm sure you're quite parched. Would you like me to go ahead and make you a meal? I would be obliged to do so.
Hedges looks around and he says, "Do we eat?"
Well, I'm not sure. I've never encountered Ash before until this day. I've spent the last 50 years just minding my own business, toiling away at the tasks I used to do in life, and just living as I once did in Lothric Castle's greater days.
While he's talking, Enith is gonna look over and just give him kind of the crazy eyes, and then look over at the hollowed man that invited us into his home, and kind of just look back at him. Like, are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Hedges gives like the slightest bit of nod, and also looks at your crab in the pot hanging in the chimney, and also gives crazy eyes back.
Wait, what?
And Hedges just scratches at his beard and pulls out like a mite and flicks it. Doesn't say anything more, but did acknowledge what Enith had to say.
So, him not. He would say, "Oh, I apologize." In the confusion and the panic, I did not even introduce myself to you, Hollow, to you, Undead. I am Derek. Simply, I forget my title. I forget my profession before death, but I have managed to hold on to my name, and that is good enough for me. Like I said, do not know very much about the undead. I have spent so much time with the hollows of this city. It has been a very long time since I encountered a human. Are you hungry? Is food something that you desire? And I'll just leave that up to you guys flavorfully.
Hedges says, I'd appreciate that, Hostmaster. And to be quite honest, for one so hospitable, you've chosen a rather rough neighborhood.
Oh, I am definitely loyal to my home. I am not one who wishes to run away from the fate of this castle. Even if I did. The bridge leading down to the rest of Lordran and the undead settlement below, where they try as they might to harvest the undead curse and burn it away, they fail. I believe at this moment there is a fortress in ruins, not sure if it's still being used, that is currently being defended by what's left of the Blue Sentinels, scattered and torn. But I have some meat for you. It's nothing more than dog meat of the wandering patrolling dogs that had died in my alleyway. But if it's something that you think you could stomach, I could fix it for you.
Hedges looks shocked at the mention of dog and says, now that I be thinking it, the post-battle nerves have my stomach all twisted up. I thank you anyway.
I wouldn't eat anything you hollow.
Ooh,
Did you
wow.
say you would or wouldn't?
Wouldn't.
Okay. Anyone else?
I would enjoy a bowl.
Okay. Perfect. I would love to cook one up for you. And he goes ahead and takes like a woven basket that's stained in dried blood, and he just takes like a big old chunk of dried putrid dog meat and throws it in the tin bowl that is roasting over the fireplace, and begins tending to it and cooking it. And then he says, he looks back and he says, I've had much discussion with this one, with Soyerbald. He's told me very much of his past. I actually, I don't know, is that something that's secret after spending a couple hours with this guy and his hospitality? Dakota.
No, actually he made a specific comment that I know that me and this character would have talked at length. So yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I would say, so he would say as he cooks up this putrid flesh and it begins to pop and bubble in the fire, he would say, I've learned very much about this undead here. He seems to come from the first era. I'm not sure if it's something he would be comfortable mentioning, but the long-lost Lord Gwyn, he seems to have a sort of connection to him. Not sure if that would be something to pique the rest of your interest, if any of you even remember the era of the First Flame, very, very long ago.
Could I make a history and or religion check?
Yeah, I would say history would make more sense for that.
Right.
I'd like to as well, if you're fine with that.
Go ahead. Everyone can make history check if they're interested.
While he's cooking this, I'm going to make a medicine check to dress Hedges' wounds.
Okay. Jeez.
Well,
No, you're not.
Would Yumi make a history check, or would she just be hanging
No.
out? Okay, cool.
Could we take a short rest here? Just asking.
Oh
as
yeah,
we're
of
doing
course. This will be our short rest for sure.
Okay.
Enith would be able to recall that Lord Gwyn was the lord of a prominent and holy city of gods, but other than that, wouldn't really know the location of it or specific knowledge of any kind.
What sort of connection?
I would leave that up to him to answer for you. This smells quite good. I'm very happy to serve it to you.
You disgust me.
you just not know proper cuisine.
So
You
what
also
is
disgust me. Which is saying something, really. So what is your connection to this Gwyn? She'd kind of look over.
Would you need some like assistance with that, or do you think you have enough information from your backstory?
I think I'm good. We'll find out if I totally botch it. Otherwise, just like slap me and tell me to shut up, and then you can do it if I suck.
The information you've been given, I think, is also enough too.
All right. I was once a proud member of Lord Gwyn's royal archers in Orlando's once fierce and triumphant, until Orlando's once fierce and triumphant king fell from grace, showing signs of fear and paranoia. The first fire that gave him right of rulership began to fade. Whispers of a human curse had begun to creep into the city of gods, and tensions toward the ancestors of a pygmy rose. The once pure and just painted guardians, hand-picked loyal protectors of Lord Gwyn's palace, became a frightening plague of doctors, imprisoning or executing any human suspected by Lord Gwyn to harbor the dreaded curse, and Orlando soon fell to chaos, as the city of gods became a haven of darkness, despair, and death. Myself, feeling lost, without a lord to trust or lead, abandoned my home and made a pilgrimage to Ferosa, where I discovered a god Faram, this mysterious god has brought me some sense of light since I have abandoned my once righteous purpose. I found Faram upon a field after a long and very particular battle. The spoils of war brought me some light that night. Either way, I suppose I'm moving on a tirade. Regardless, our royal archers moved as a unit, as mercenaries fighting hither and yon. Money was of no means or end to us. Eventually, the ethics of yesteryear chipped away without the confidence of a worthy leader to guide a warrior's troubled and battle-scarred mind. I walked the battlefields hither and yon, questioning whether or not I'd really been doing anything worthwhile at all. After a dream one night from somewhere, I felt what I was sure was Faram after looting a body that night. But in the confusion, I sensed a self-righteousness, a certain fervor. Feeling that righteousness, the battle of the next day left a sense of irony in my chest as I was slain in my newfound feelings of a potential purpose. When I awoke, I knew not where, but I've traveled hither and yon and found my way here. There's my story. I've made no important landmarks along my way, but regardless, I have survived, if not as a dead man.
And at that point, the hollow owner of this home would bring over a steaming plate of putrid dog meat and bring it before Yumi at the table and would comment and say, quite a somber story indeed, but these are somber times, aren't they? The rest of you. Oh, what were you going to say?
Nothing. That was it.
Yeah.
The rest of you. I'm sure you have stories as well, and if I could understand your purpose in this world, what you make of it, perhaps I can help you on your journey a little bit. I do have knowledge of this city and the lands that grace the land of Lordran.
I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation and make that dog meat taste worse than it already does.
You say that like it's going to stop me.
I didn't think it would.
Are you gonna dig into it?
Yeah, I'm going to take the bowl with a respectful bow and eat.
With your background, I would allow a Constitution roll with advantage, since your background is very specific about.
A roll or a save?
Yeah, Constitution save with advantage.
18.
Perfect. All right. Yeah, you would nom that up, and it'd be delicious to you, and you would have no trouble with it.
Many thanks, stranger.
Yes, I'm glad you appreciate my cooking.
Eat this and then thank him. Enid is just going to begin cackling, like, uncontrollably.
But the rest of you, if you are comfortable, I know most undead tend to keep their history close to the vest, for those of you who even remember it. But if you do, I would like to understand a little bit more of where you came from before you woke from your graves.
Jarnefelt pipes up, and although he doesn't offer anything for his background, says, "In your time here, have you seen any black knights, any black armored ones such as myself?"
I do recognize the armor from times past. None that I've saw in person, but I've definitely heard the rumors of the Black Knights of Tarkus, or the Black Knight Tarkus and his fellow followers. It's quite a hallowed warrior indeed, from back in the day when we all spoke and we were all human, just like you. I'm not sure where he went, but the last I heard, though he was seen in Anorlando. These are lands of transitions, and the power of the City of Gods remained. And even as that land crumbled to bits, and Orlando can be found once again, or at least rumors of its existence past the Farron Swamp.
Jarnafelt raises an eyebrow with this and looks over at the longbowman, recalling his recent recounting of history, and says, would you know anything more about this?
Is this to Sayerbald?
Right. Since he was originally from Orlando.
Yeah, so Dakota, can you change your name in the chat thing to your character name? Because I can't see like a sheet for you, so it's like a bit easy to see it spelled out so I don't forget it.
I have no fucking idea how to do that, but I'd love to.
Dakota, if you're okay with showing...
I got it.
Okay. Are you okay with opening up your character sheets so other players can view it?
Shut up, I figured it out.
Well, would you be okay with that?
Oh yeah, I don't care.
Okay, cool. Hopefully that helps things. I'm not sure if it does.
I mean, really, just seeing it spelled out somewhere will help me.
Yeah.
Do you have? Can you see my name below my token, like right now?
No, that's just
Yeah, you probably wouldn't be able to.
But okay, so on the far right, like the little cogwheel of the chat thing, click that, and then display name. Set that to your character's name.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And I'll do the same. And then hit save name.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
awesome,
yeah.
perfect, thank you.
Would Sayerbald want to make a history roll with advantage since you come from Anne Orlando to see if you know anything about these knights?
Most certainly, I can do that. Let's see.
Okay. And I'm trying to find, it's not in his bio. I'm trying to find what were those knights called that followed Tarkus? Can't see the name of them.
Sorry. It's
Those are the blue guys, right?
The Baronite,
Nope.
yeah.
What were they called?
Baronike.
Yep.
Berenike.
Baronite. Okay, and then your roll was a 16. So I would say you would recognize the Baronite Knights as well as the legend of Black Iron Tarkus being a feared and widely respected warrior in Anne Orlando. But as far as his disappearance between the transition of the ages and where he had gone, you have heard no rumors that this Hollow Derek speaks of.
I would communicate that in my somber, low tone of voice.
Jarnafelt, being just few of phrase, says, thank you.
And which is the quickest way back to Farron Swamp, if you don't mind me asking?
Interest in Farron Swamp, do you? May you know a thing or two about the watchdogs that once resided there, before their keep fell to ruins?
I lived in the swamp myself. Thanks for asking. I've burned many hollows.
And she'd kind of flick sparks at this hollow sitting in front of us with
He would
prestidigitation.
Flinch and be uncomfortable and say, well, good to know. I'll try not to get on your bad side. But yes, Farron Keep, what was once Farron Keep and what's left of it, would be beyond the undead settlement that resides below the bridge. Unfortunately, access to that part of Lordran is strictly forbidden, and only the guides of the gods, if they see favor upon you, may transport you to those lands. If I could give you the directions, I will. There are two main streets heading to the edge of Lothric Castle and the confined walls that have been frozen shut with ice. If you wish to properly prepare yourself for the task ahead of whatever it is that was left locked away in front of the bridge to guard it, I would suggest a well-known thief, which keeps his humanity and has been looting the walls of Lothric Castle for many years. Is this something you might be interested in?
Yes, I think you should tell me about him.
Well, alright. I've never met him personally, but he is widely known, or was widely known by those who were once human. He is a respected thief who robs only from royalty and gives to the poor. His name was Grey Rat, and he lives in the slums of Lothric Castle. And he would go ahead and give you the directions of how to get to those slums. And would say he has a particular fond interest in those who are undead, and his own quest, which he searches for. He would probably try and see if you could help him out in exchange for possible powerful weapons that might help you on your journey. And once you speak to him, he might help you find your way as well to the edge of Lothric Castle.
And how do you know of this purveyor of weaponry?
Once again, Grey Rat is very well known amongst the poor folk of Lothric Castle. He is a bit of a hero, a bit of a story to help our children, or once help our children, fall asleep at night. We were not treated very well by our kings, seen as the dirt of the kingdom. And Grey Rat was a little bit of hope, a shed of hope for us.
Would Hedges, with his background as an urchin and thief, have any inkling of where he actually, or any further information about him than what was told?
I would say with your background, you could have a history with advantage as well. 11. I would say you would know him as a very humble thief, and from last he was spoken about, he was in his twilight years, aging but still kicking and in good health. A quiet and shy thief who rarely made contact with any other humans or undead, and just sort of kept to himself. Mostly just rumors revolved around him rather than actual fact.
Is this all the information you have to give us, Hallowed One?
Well, as far as escaping from Lothric Castle and finding your way to the rest of Lordran, that is what I can help you with. I know all undead are crafted and brought back by the toll of the bell in seeking the gods. The Age of Fire is something that humans tend to be afraid of, as it is a representation of their curse. And if seeing you in the dangers of Lothric Castle to the humans, I would assume that you were here for a very special reason indeed. And if I could help you find your way to those lords, possibly reversing the hollowing of myself, that would be something I would be personally very interested in indeed.
Hedges says, "This is all very kind of you," and he looks pointedly at the witch and says, "Very kind indeed."
And he would say, if you are to pursue this, I must help you out a little bit, for the streets leading to the slums and all around Lothric are quite treacherous, as you have seen. And he would go to his chest and rummage around, and he would display and bring out 5 rusted, blood-stained chainmail armor of what he explains is armor of hollow soldiers that have fallen. He says, it will be a bit risky, but you definitely will have a better chance slinking your way around Lothric Castle. Here are some hollow soldier armaments for you. It would be much harder for Lothric knights who patrol, as well as hollow giants wielding their great axes and bloodhounds to notice you.
Hedges grimaces that and also looks at it dubiously with his rather large size.
They are definitely not meant for combat as much as your armor is, but they will prevent you from seeing copious amounts of combat.
I'm going to begin ritually casting Detect Magic.
Okay. On the armor.
It's within a 30 feet of me. I sense any magic, basically.
Okay.
I see a faint aura around it, and I can tell what school it is from, if any.
All right.
It takes 10 minutes, though, to ritually
Sure.
cast it, so...
So in that time period, as you're sort of concentrating at the table, what would everybody's feelings be on what he's trying to help you guys with, and his plan for keeping you guys undetected as you travel through Lothric Castle?
Well, Hedges looks around to the party and says, well, although I'm not much for liking it, I don't think we could take much more beatings from those big, even tinier men than Jarnfelt over here. And says, in truth, there's a lot of ground to cover, and we're gonna need any advantage we can get.
A poor disguise is better than none.
Yes, yes. Very wise of you indeed. And Grey Rat will be able to help you out even more with the powerful weapons he offers from those of royalty he stole many moons ago.
And Hedges pops up at this and says, like halberds, eh?
Oh yes. Halberds, spears, glaives, all kinds.
And Hedges nods and says, yes, halberds.
And for the rest of you, what do you feel? Is this something you might desire, being brave undead?
Edith is still just chanting her spell.
Okay. So once everybody else makes their decision, I'll go ahead and say what would you detect then?
Since everyone's kind of mulling it over, Hedges would ask, so this place seems to be in a rather sore way, and although there are a few who work to preserve it, it seems that those with any shred of humanity left are well in the minority. What is it that we can do other than flee from here to restore any semblance of unity among those that survive?
There is, well, first of all, Dakota, are you there? Have you had
Yeah.
something you thought about as far as the armor? Or are you still mulling it over?
I don't have a reason to do that yet.
Okay, cool. So Derek would go ahead and speak to you and say, well, there is one very powerful Lord of Cinder that resides in a palace high atop the rust and the dirt of Lothric Castle. He has isolated himself from the flame and from his people, residing there in his fortress, away from the entire world and its age. Access to him and his fortress is not possible from this side of the castle, but there is a priestess who once was part of his royalty, who still guards the entrance to the more royal, wealthy side of Lothric Castle. Speaking to her, you may be able to get an answer.
Hedges nods. Internally, he still, has only learned slightly about these Lords of Cinder. And although knowing that they are removed tyrants still isn't sold on if they're truly evil or not. And although this Hollow's been nice, doesn't truly trust him, so he'll just note in the back of his mind to talk more to this priestess.
Okay. So what do you say? Do you trust an old hollow such as myself? Can you give me a little bit of comfort knowing there are undead out there trying to reverse the horrible dying state of this world?
And Hedges,
I don't think.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, please.
Oh. All right. Quite frankly, I'll take the chance with it since I've got no better option.
A brave undead indeed. And he goes ahead and he hands rusted, dry, blood-stained, hollow soldier armor. And what I will tell you is, if you are wearing this, your AC is going to be a 13 plus whatever bonuses you'd have in addition.
Has my spell gone off yet?
Yeah.
No max dex?
So, yes. So it's definitely a give and take. So detecting magic, you would just detect the magic of the curse, which we will call necromancy from now on, and you would be able to see the swirling dark sign beneath his clothing, taking away his humanity. But other than that, you wouldn't detect any other magic in the room.
The armor appears to be fine. I'm not sure about our host, though. I usually just burn hollows.
I have been nothing but kind and gracious to you. I don't know why you would even consider such a thing.
Hedges, although like an affable guy, he's keener than he looks and says, "Why don't they try and come in here?"
They have much respect for the hollows of this land. They're here to protect us, and me not welcoming them into my abode, they go elsewhere. It is as simple as that. They are simple-minded folk.
Enith would put on the armor, and she'd look to the hollow and just kind of be like,
Very well, if we must follow you, then we will, but do not think I am not watching you.
Well, I will just take the chance then.
Jarnfeld.
I'll put the armor on as well.
Jarnfeld and Hedges look really loath to do this. But they do.
Okay. Is anyone
I would
else
ask, as I am putting on this armor, I would let them know that I have. Well, how would I word this? I, along my journey, have found an uneasy access to our, not to our, but I feel. How do I want to word this? After my perishing on the battlefield that day, I have found myself in possession of fundamental magics of an order I do not fully understand. But I am also skilled with a bow, though my arrows in my quiver lay numbered. You can take heed knowing that I will be at the back of the line, giving you protection for as long as we move together.
Enith, hearing you say that you know about magic, she immediately starts pulling out like these like frayed and crumpled pieces of paper and like starts unfolding them on the table in front of you.
Wow, you know magic, do you? I mean, tell me about it. I would love to write some of it down. Maybe
I would
this
look
is the
at
time. Maybe not.
and she'd start like picking it back up.
I'd look at some of these papers and effectively just be confused and say, quite frankly, I don't know myself.
Very, very peculiar indeed.
Hedges nods and says, "It is a day of questions."
So now, question: when I detected magic, did I detect any magic upon our comrade Sayerbald here at all?
You would not.
Okay.
And for Jarnafel and Yumi, how would you feel about this high risk, high reward of this rusty armor?
That poor disguise is better than none. I'd put it on.
Okay, cool.
Jarnfeld does not like the idea, but seeing that it might compromise the rest of the party, he will wear it, but he will still keep his own shield.
Okay.
Did you say that this armor does or doesn't have max dex bonus?
But
It would include your dex bonus, but it's going to have a flat armor of 13.
No, yeah, but does it have a max dex bonus? Like, do I get 13 plus? Doesn't matter what my.
13 plus your dex.
Okay, cool.
I
Yeah.
only lost 1 AC.
Never get rid of that armor.
is it?
I
that
gained a
nice?
couple.
Yeah.
And I also have a. Well, if you would prefer, I think I've got one extra hollow helm for your crab if you wish to hide him in it.
He will ride in my helm, and I'd kind of lift it up.
Holy shit, that's so funny. You've got a crab in your helmet. Oh my fucking god, what are we doing? I love it.
Okay.
Alright, so what is this armor called specifically? Because I'm going to add it to ye old DK.
This is hollow soldier armor. And I'll go ahead and I will give you guys, well, everybody, I'm sure, has a visual of it in their head, except Dakota. So I'll go ahead and I will.
Except for me, I'm the baby.
Okay.
Oh my god, this is the first campaign I've ever been in where I'm the baby.
That's true.
God damn it.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just for shits and giggles, I will go ahead and just put that in general so Dakota can see it. Okay.
Hell yeah, boy. 2 more armor class.
Wait, for real?
Yeah, fuck yeah, I only had leather armor before.
Yeah,
So
13 dex better than any like light armor you can get in the game. So like this is like an increase for me too. Like I gained 3 armor.
Perfect. So there's your Lothric soldier armor.
It's like
Hell yeah,
elven
boy.
chainmail. That's great.
Perfect.
I never have to cast mage armor again.
More healing
Okay.
spells.
I
Needs-
wasn't gonna do that anyway.
He would say, besides your obviously human flesh and eyes instead of eye sockets, you look very fine. Look to be very fine, Lothric soldiers. And I do wish you the best. And whatever gods you worship or covenants you follow, I pray that they follow you as well.
Thank you, Derek.
Of course. I will be here toiling away for the next how many years I have left. If you ever wish to stop by, I will always be here. But I must bid you farewell.
I may just stop by in a few years, see how you're doing.
Well, hopefully not alone. I would not like to see what plans you have for me as a poor old hollow by yourself. But if we are all ready to hit the road, unless we would ask anything else or investigate anything else, we can go ahead and hit the road.
I am.
I'm
My
ready.
curiosity is so far sated.
Perfect. Alright, so we'll go ahead and we will creak open Derek's door as he begins to cook some more putrid dog meat. And we still see, well, actually, I would say now the Lothric Knights have moved on and we see nothing but the shambling hollows. And we're going to go ahead and make a couple stealth rolls with advantage for every half a mile we travel. So I'm going to go ahead and say we're each going to make 3 stealth rolls. So do you guys want to do like a party stealth roll? Well, actually, that probably wouldn't work. I'm going to say everybody will do a stealth roll individually.
Should I go first since I have the highest mod?
Yes. Okay, so you got a crit for Enith. Is that, yeah, so your advantage would be crit. So I would say that you end up getting the Lothric hollow shamble down pat. And for the rest of this this travel, you no longer need to roll for stealth.
It's just her
Enos
regular walk.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
exactly.
it's just a regular walk.
Okay.
Omnia mine.
Yumi is also able to be covert enough to pass by undetected by the wandering Lothric knights, as well as Hedges.
Second
And
one
then-
was Jarnafel.
Okay, cool. And then Sayerwald?
Let's see.
We don't have a
Fuck
map
it up.
pulled out right now, do we?
No, it's just your visual of Lothric Castle.
Three
Okay.
rolls, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll go ahead and yeah. So everybody else, make your other 2 rolls then.
Oh fuck! I thought I'm the big dumb. I thought we were going in batches.
I crit.
Okay, Yumi has also got the Lothric Shamble down.
Plus 8 to stealth. My first 2 rolls were both below 15.
Okay, Hedges, you got a 10, and unfortunately, a shambling large hollow soldier accompanied by starved hounds sniffs you out, notices you, and the large hollow soldier begins to howl as the hollow knights behind him notice.
Can I make a reaction? I would like
What
to
was
go.
your
Let me do it with
It
advantage.
doesn't work at all.
Are you
Actually, you can
kidding?
do a persuasion roll.
Yeah, let me persuade there. Here it comes, baby! Oh no!
Beautiful. You just
You
counter them a little bit more,
Colossal fucking idiot.
really insulting their culture.
Dude, I haven't rolled good once this whole time.
So here we are in a sort of intersection plaza in Lothric Castle as these hollow soldiers and starved hounds notice us. So let's roll advantage. Or excuse me, let's roll initiative.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there it is.
That's not it.
Nice.
Hot dice.
You're very
tonight.
nice.
Yeah, dude. Nice.
Alright.
Okay. Well,
When do I start
look at
rolling my
you
new
three.
character? Because
Can I just
And
shoot
then,
you in the face right now?
please help.
Sable gets an 11. Okay. Are you guys aware of which token you are?
Yeah, it's the only one.
Fuck,
I
I
can
don't
use.
even.
Yeah,
I'm the one with the crab.
Yay.
color coded, right?
Yeah, it is. And then you would also have control over them. So Sabolt's purple.
Yeah.
I don't have
I just
control
assumed-
over Jarnafeld right now.
Oh, yeah, because it's a new token. Alright. Oh, and is your Twitch stream running?
I checked it earlier. It was.
Okay,
Looks to
perfect.
be.
Alright, so you hear hollows and raspy barks from these feral dogs with arrows and ribs showing between their mangled fur. And Enith is going to go first.
And they don't appear to have noticed me, correct?
No. They think that there is a hollow soldier among the party.
So I'm just gonna do my gangster walk over to this corner here.
I'll go ahead and symbolize that as well. So for Enith, and was it Yumi that also crit?
Yeah.
Okay, so these little symbols are going to show that you are not being targeted by them until you do some sort of attack on them.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna walk up here.
And your first attack on them will be a surprise attack.
And then I'm just gonna kind of like hold my action. I'm not gonna do like a hold action. I guess I'll just take a dodge action, but I'm just gonna chill right here.
Okay. And the next step will be Yumi.
I will head
Oh
around.
shit, just a second. Let me go ahead and roll for them. I'm the big dumb.
Yeah, get fucked.
Okay, it didn't even fucking matter. Awesome.
Justice.
Alright, so go ahead.
There's 30 feet, and I will ready my short bow, I guess.
Okay.
That's my turn.
And then next up will be Sayrebald.
I am going to. Actually, what am I gonna do? That's a great question. I don't have a lot of options here, so. I will knock an arrow and loose it at the closest foe.
Okay.
I take no prisoners.
So that's going to be this one on the
Nice.
right here. The soldier on the right, will it be?
Sure. Yeah, works for me. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Although I wanted to ask those other, or not those other guys, the fucking party, if they know how to fix my shit, because it won't roll damage at the same time that it rolls
You gotta click the
my
longbow.
AC roll.
Yeah, so like in the chat log, longbow at the very bottom, and it'll pop your damage.
Yeah. Is there no way to have both of those things chain at the same time?
There is a way.
But
No, there
Is it an
there
annoying piece of shit to set it up?
Yeah, we'll do it like at a
Later,
date,
got it.
Like, yeah.
Cool. Cool. Okay, otherwise, I don't think I hit, but there's the roll. A 9.
Yep, your arrow whisks right past it. And then next up will be Hedges.
how tall is this stack of barrels?
Enough for full cover.
No, how tall is it?
Oh, okay. I would say 8 feet.
Are you climbing the barrels?
How many feet?
You son of a bitch.
8 feet.
Hedges says, "I have the high ground!" as he gets
Perfect.
on the
Make an
barrels
athletics roll.
and pulls out his pole arm. No athletics roll. He just jumps up there with his strength of 18 like a goddamn fucking hero.
Athletics roll.
Okay.
Okay, you're good. You jump on the loose but tied together well enough barrels to get to the very top.
And he lets out a ululating scream, swinging his halberd over his head, and takes the dodge action up there with much hip thrusting.
Perfect.
Yeah,
How valiant and glorious. Go ahead, Jarnafelt.
Jarnafelt will he'll come around and be right shmya.
Perfect.
And he will ready an action for if anyone comes within 5 feet. He pulls out his long sword and his shield, and he will give him a good stab.
Give which one a good stab?
For
a reaction?
right there. Yeah, well, not a reaction, a held
Oh,
action should
held
anyone
action,
come within
yeah.
5 feet before his next turn.
Perfect. So this large hollow soldier, standing much taller than the regular hollow soldiers who are your height, about 6 feet. This one being as tall as the Lothric Knights, rib cage showing, torn leather armor, and wielding a giant iron great axe that's about as tall as he is. He goes ahead and he lets out a raspy growl and points his finger at Hedges and Jarnafelt. And in doing so, the starved hounds begin to go rabidly howling. And they make a mad dash over in front of Hedges for the first one. And I'm assuming you're able to do something when it's 10 feet away?
Yeah, but he's not gonna. He's gonna wait. He's gonna hold on to that.
Okay.
He's gonna let Jarnafelt take this one.
All right. Perfect. Yep, slice right into it. 5 slashing damage. And it lets out a little yelp.
It doesn't look too pained.
You can tell it already isn't very hardy, but not very pained now.
Okay.
And it's gonna go ahead and make a rabid bite at Hedges. What is your AC now?
I'm sorry, it's 14, and we do that with disadvantage due to the height separation?
Disadvantage?
Yeah, because of the height difference. I have a high ground. Over
Oh, yeah. He's above you, so he's gonna do a jumping snarl, so... Holy shit.
Dude, you're
Alright.
literally Obi-Wan right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't underestimate my power, the Starvehound says. And he bites you in the thigh. And he's going to deal... Let's see. $47 damage.
Sweet. Fair.
Just kidding. That'd be fucked up. Okay. So it'll be a d6 plus 2 for his piercing bite. So you'll go ahead and take 5.
Alright.
And then the second starved hound is also going to growl and head towards Jarnafelt.
Yeah, when this one hits right here, Hedges ain't playing this anymore. He's gonna get him.
Okay, go for it.
And he makes this with advantage due to his high ground, right?
Yep.
Well, not that helped too much.
Let's see if you get a crit.
Oh, well, the second roll is part of the...
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, yep, so you pierce right into its flesh. Oh, shit. And you embed that halberd deep into its flesh, and it is looking very, very poor. Giant gaping wound in its body, in its torso.
Great.
Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and do these hollow soldiers. This one over here is going to get behind the barrels for full cover. And, well, I think from you guys' angle, it'd be half cover. And then he's going to, let's see what his sheet says. He's going to pull out a heavy crossbow and is going to shoot it at Hedges, which you won't get disadvantage for because it's ranged.
Right.
Okay, so let's see. Oh my fucking Christ. Okay. Jesus fuck.
2d20.
That's the third crit on me in a row. I love it.
That's gonna be 18 piercing
Oh
damage.
my god.
What you at?
That is exactly 0.
Alright, so you fall backwards off of the barrel. And you are unconscious.
Right.
And we'll go ahead and give you the good old boot as you begin to have a pool of blood form below you on the floor. You no longer have the high ground.
No.
Alright, so the next hollow is going to hide behind this tree for half cover and try to shoot at Jarnafelt. For 19 to hit.
He is going to use his parry shield to add 2 to his AC.
So then bring him up to 19?
Yeah, oh, well, I guess it won't matter, will it? So,
It won't.
Right, he's just going to take that in the chin like a champ.
It's going to hit him in the cleft chin and embed himself into its head, dealing 5 piercing damage to his cleft chin.
He licks the bleeding arrow. Alright.
Perfect. And the giant hollow soldier is going to see Seobold standing all by his lonesome. And going to move 30 feet forward. His footsteps rumbling against the ground. And with his great axe drawn over his head. And next up is going to be Enith.
Okay. So see, Jarnafelt, or not Jarnafelt, but had just fall off the barrels. What are these barrels like fastened?
What are the? Oh, they're fastened with like thick hemp rope.
Okay.
So, like, if I burned the rope, would you say like that barrel would probably collapse down onto that guy, or would you think it would?
I would say that, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try and burn the rope that's attaching this barrel.
Okay. So.
Holy fuck,
Oh,
dude.
God.
Time to wipe on a random encounter, boys.
It hits the waxed wood and just sort of just does a little light burst, but doesn't really do much of
Okay,
anything.
does that blow my cover? Because I obviously, I wasn't
Oh, yeah.
necessarily being hostile at them.
Your
Like,
cover is blown.
oh, what if I was? All right, fuck.
No.
The
I'm
hollow
going to-
soldier sees the warts and the long witch nose below your helm.
I'm gonna point over at my party and just go get him, and then I'm gonna run over this way.
Okay. Yumi?
I'm going to try and find the Estus flask on him and force feed it to him.
Alright. We'll see if you can find it this turn, or if it'll take another, so go ahead and roll investigation.
Yumi, you also do have that chime that you can cast Healing Word as a bonus
I do.
action.
But this
Yeah.
is more healing, and he sort of needs it.
Okay. So, you being under duress, rolling a 9, it's gonna take you another turn to try to find it.
Alright, I'm
You
good
know
with
what,
that.
fuck it, that's fucking stupid. You just find it. You've got it.
Do I roll for healing, or does he?
You can, you would, well, since he's the one downing it, or boofing it from the first campaign, we, like, legitimately, without
We found a real reason to
pulled
move.
down their pants and boofed them, so it would go into their bloodstream faster and heal them for more.
In the dream world.
Yeah.
It was great.
Okay. So go ahead and have Hedges roll for 2d4 plus. I'm pretty sure it is.
2d4 plus 2.
Yeah.
Ooh, back up to 10.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
You are conscious once more, and your wounds have closed, but.
My just eyes open, and I just continue the scream that I had going before.
Didn't even break a sweat.
I
Concentration.
will spend 5, 10, 15, 25 feet of movement to go here.
Perfect.
And that's my turn.
Sarebold, what do you do? This large 8-foot hollow with a giant great axe of iron lumbering towards you.
I politely ask him if he could, like, not.
Roll persuasion.
Alright, sweet.
That'll be a free action.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he doesn't understand your language.
Unfucking believable. What a shitter. Alright, hey, I'm calling this as a crit fail. Bitch, I clicked the button, thank you. Oh, nice.
Okay, a 13 will not. Well, let me go ahead and double check. No, that 13 will not hit.
Nice!
It's gonna whisk right past him.
Burn it!
You have a rogue within 10 feet of you. As soon as he gets close, I'm just going to sneak attack for 4d6.
Dope.
Alright, that would be nice.
Hedges, you are once again conscious. I'm assuming you take 15 feet to stand up.
You better believe it.
There you go.
Swear to God, you get back on the fucking barrels.
No. Hedges, I got what? You said 15 smackers? Alright.
15 smackers?
You know what I mean. Those are
No, I don't.
Alright, well, I'm not going back out with Shooty McShoot face right over there. So
Okay.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna step up into nowhere. I'm staying right the fuck here. I'm taking a prepared action. Should anything come around the barrels, I'll give him a good halberd whack. And,
Awesome.
yeah, that'll be it.
And then what is Jarnafelt gonna do?
He's gonna attack the hound right in front of him.
Perfect.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Could Hedges use his bonus action to second wind before I
Yeah,
do
I'm cool
that?
with that.
Okay. Alright, so he gets back 7 points of health. So he's at 17.
Cool.
Alright. Jarnefeld's gonna go ahead and miss real quick. Maybe not.
All right, the good slash to his throat.
Not really.
4 slashing. Lets out another little whimper, and he is now very heavily black blood pouring out from his throat.
Okay. Sounds good. And
And
he's done.
next up is going to be these boys' turns again, as the large hollow soldier continues trudging towards Sayrbald. And then was there...
Stop.
What's up?
Just said tell him to stop.
Nope, I will not, because this is too much fun.
I use my reaction to tell him to...
Okay,
About time for a crit.
what is your AC now, Dakota?
A fucking 17.
Jeez.
Oh, dope. So yeah, you got an 18 to dex. Dope. Okay. So he winds up his great axe, heaving it over his head, and tries to smack it down on you.
Right.
Crit.
Crit. Oh.
Damn.
Fuck yeah. Eat my dick, bitch.
Okay, stones and cement fly in all directions, but it lands just right next to you. And let's see what these other hollow soldiers are going to do. Enith is exposed, so the archer is going to go ahead and to hit Enith. Okay. And that's going to be a +2. And what's your AC again?
15 now.
Alright, it's going to whisk right past you. And then the other hollow soldier is going to try to hit Jarnif with his short bow for a 14. Which is also going to miss, if I recall correctly.
Yeah,
The wizard has higher AC than both the fucking fighter and the paladin.
Same as the paladin, way more than the fighter.
The starved hounds are going to gang up on Jarnif, trying to bite him from either end.
Ooh, I'm gonna go ahead and use that held action to attack that one since it came within Hedges' reach.
Awesome.
Instead of the reaction. Yeah, alright. Here comes a crit. Fail. Alright.
Okay, cool. So now the hounds are going to attempt to bite Jarnefeld.
Nice.
Nice! The first hound is going to bite into chainmail and get its teeth stuck. So it's not going to be a hit, and you can feel the razor-sharp teeth just jammed into his armor, and he is grappled by his armor. And the next one is going to try to bite Jarnefelt as well. And his AC was?
17.
Okay, and that is another miss. And it is going to be Enid's turn.
So I am going to attempt to shoot the string on that thing to send the barrel at that guy again.
Dope. Sick. Alright. That is, it singes the hemp rope unless you have to deal 5 damage to it. You would see it start to burn, but it is still holding on, being heavy hemp.
Firebolt does specify too that anything I can link the spell. Anything that it hits is ignited.
Okay, cool. Just ignited in general. Okay, so it has ignited, and I would say by the next turn it would be able to. It fully disintegrates in the fire, and would fall upon the Lothric soldier.
All right, and then I'm going to use my movement to well, no, never mind. I'm not doing that. I'm going to. I'm gonna move like right here.
Okay. Go ahead, Yumi.
Let's see here. Do I go for the great axe knight, or do I try and sneak back to kill one of the bowmen?
It would be a surprise attack on any of them.
Let's see here. Can I even make it back that far?
Yep.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yep.
Alright, screw it. Why not? 30 feet. And I will stab the shit out of that hollow.
All right. Him not at all taking notice of you. All right, and you stab him between the ribs. He lets out a howl.
And 1d6 since that was a sneak attack with advantage.
Okay, cool.
13.
Howl's in pain and begins bleeding, and swivels to turn to you. So next up will be Sabled with this giant motherfucker right over.
Let's see. I am gonna get straight fugged if I don't get the hell up out of here right now.
You also might, because attack of opportunity.
That's what I mean.
Disengage.
Oh, were you asking me?
I actually don't know how disengage works, so we should go over that while I'm looking at my options.
You can
Disengage
leave a threatening square without receiving an attack of opportunity.
Yeah,
How many
but it
action-
uses
what's
your
the action economy though?
your action. Unless you're a rogue, then it's a bonus action.
Okay. So, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here. I'm gonna come over here, get some cover from the crossbowman. I'm leaving, so if he's taking the attack of opportunity, I'll find out now.
Okay, so you're not going to take your action to disengage?
No, I'm just gonna move.
Okay. What's your AC?
17.
17. Ooh, swing and a miss. Feel the breeze of the heavy iron pass by you.
And then I will use my other action to fire a longbow shot at him.
Alright, let's see if it hits.
Yeet.
Alright, right in the rib cage. Lets out a grunt.
Yeet.
It doesn't seem to have done much to him.
Ah, fuck, guys, we're fucked.
You're good. Okay. Next up. Oh man, this is the first campaign where I've really been able to lay on the pain because of the setting and everybody expecting it to be a lay on of pain, and it's definitely fun.
Yeah,
So go ahead, Hedges.
Yeah, so fun. Having a great time. Let's go ahead and try and finish off this dog to the Jarnafelt's right here.
Looking back at session 2, it's still really funny how you guys were all talking about how fucked you were. It's like, okay. And it's like, oh, all he says is okay, alright, we're super.
Right.
So go ahead.
Okay. Oh, fucking die, you dog.
Or, is this Jarnafel attacking?
No, this is Hedges. Or is it supposed to be Jarnafel?
Oh, you're attacking the dog over here?
Yeah.
Okay, that is a hit. You pierce through its flesh. Okay. You shish kebab the thing, and it falls down dead.
Alright, then Hedges is going to move up here, and he's going to use his bonus action to attack that one with the halberd
You
butt.
squish over its carcass. And it's going to be advantage since he's technically... Oh, Jesus Christ. It don't matter either way.
Been doing so great. Alright, and since nothing doing there, he misses, he's going to go ahead and take and come right back here. And come abreast with the longbowman.
Sweet. And what's Jarnafel going to do with this thing entangled in his chainmail?
He's just going to finish up killing it.
Okay. Advantage. Perfect. Stabby McStab. Ooh. He has very mortal wounds, but is still alive.
Man, Yeah, Jarnafeld's fucking done. He Divine Smites it.
Okay, cool. Not enough.
Are you fucking kidding me? Alright.
He's limping.
Dude,
Is it
Limping.
undead?
can you imagine these rolls tonight?
Is it undead?
Oh yeah, it's undead.
Yeah.
Because it'll do one more d8 then.
You right.
Please just don't roll another 2. Perfect. It's at -1.
Oh yes.
Okay, the Divine Smite pierces and scalds its inner undeadness as its flesh bubbles and it dies.
Great. And then Jarnafeld's gonna take his movement and get right there.
Perfect. Alright, here comes the big Iron Lord as he's going to go ahead. He's going to go ahead and pursue this cluster of babies over here. And he's going to go for Jarnafelt
Right.
and swing.
Hedges is gonna go ahead and take his reaction now that he's within the 10
Okay. Perfect.
for once.
Okay. Alright. A little bit more injured, but still pretty hardy. And he's going to take a big fat swing at Jarnafelt. And he's at 17. Good old 23. Okay. Pummels him. Oh ho 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 ho! Let's go ahead and see how much damage this thing outputs if we get hit by again.
Oh my god, stop! Slow your fucking roll, dude.
15 fucking slashing, bludgeoning damage to this thing. What's Jarnafeld's HP at?
2.
Okay. Big mortal wounds. And what's going to be next is these hollow soldiers. And Yumi... Oh, Yumi is no longer... Wait, Yumi is... Did Yumi get an attack on a hollow soldier? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I
right?
stabbed the shit out of it.
Okay, so you are no longer hidden. So this one over here is going to try to hit you with his heavy crossbow. And is going to get a +2. And your AC was what again? Sorry.
17.
Okay, whisk right past your head. This hollow soldier is going to turn to you and try to hit you with his short bow. And he's going to try to hit you with it twice, slashing wildly in front of you.
With a short bow?
Excuse me, a short sword. Yeah. Alright, that first slash is going to connect. And that's going to deal 5 slashing damage. And the next slash is going to hit. Dealing 7 slashing damage. How much you at?
3.
Shit Christ. Okay. Next up is going to be Enith, who's going to try to cast the most powerful fucking fireball possibly. On your turn, the barrels are going to onto the hollow soldier, who's going to need to make a dex save. And his dexterity should be okay. It's not a negative. So he's going to make. Let's see. Of a 50. Okay, so he's going to get hit by. I'm gonna say two of the barrels are gonna deal damage to him. He's gonna take 17 damage.
Woo! And then I'm gonna kind of just use my signature spell. And I'm gonna cast Grease right here.
All right. Go ahead and get that up again. Well, what was the 10-foot area again?
Right here, centered right there.
Cool. All right. And is it now that they have to make that save, or is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so he's going to make a dex of 13, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my roll 20. Like, I can't change my fucking.
You're good.
There we go. Okay.
Alright, he maintains his ground.
All right, and then I'm gonna move away, back over into the corner.
Wait a fucking second. Why does he get an extra d20 to that? Oops. That would just be a 5 then, so he would fall.
Woohoo!
In a splash. Get as many attacks as you can on this guy with your advantage to him. So the next step's gonna be Yumi.
Oh, pain and suffering awaits. Alright, main attack with my short sword.
Perfect.
And in case that doesn't kill it, I'm going to use my bonus action to make a dual wielding attack.
Okay, well let's roll damage for the... Okay, so the next one's gonna miss then.
9.
9.
And
Okay, this one is seeing some mortal wounds, and he's going to be heavily injured,
That's my turn.
as well as the one that got crushed by barrels. Sigurbold, what's your move?
Well, I'm out of range, and fucking turd burglar over here has slipped on the grease. So let's see. Is the fucking dude with the damn giant ass crossbow the guy at top left? What the hell is he? He's got a big old crossbow.
He got
right?
knocked down by 2 big ass barrels.
Yeah. He's one of the guys with the crossbow, though, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna launch an arrow at that guy.
Okay, advantage.
Ranged attacks have disadvantage on targets.
Oh
Yeah.
shit, that sucks.
Oh, do they fucking really?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Fuck that! I'm shooting the guy who's standing up.
Okay.
Okay.
He does
The
have.
guy that you can't see?
Yeah, he'll have
behind the
full.
barrels.
He's got 2 trees in front of him.
Oh my god!
You got hella movement. You got hella movement. You got hella
Dude,
movement. You
Yeah.
can run and shoot. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Oh god!
All right, now fuck those trees, fuck them barrels, and fuck that guy.
Oh!
It embeds itself right into the tree trunk.
Oh, good. That's what I was aiming for. Remember? That sound effect is too accurate. It actually sounds like I'm
Right,
shooting
that's
a
what
tree.
I thought.
Okay, go ahead, Hedges.
Alright, Hedge is gonna go ahead and attack this a guy with advantage since he's on the ground, and he can do
That's
that.
true.
And, whap.
Nice. Yep, that's gonna be a good hit. Plunging attack.
I have something like it's sitting right over like my last roll. It's like glitched out and it won't move, so I can't click on my halberd for damage.
Oh damn. I don't know then.
I'll just roll it manually.
And then yeah,
Like some kind
or
of
you could just
missile.
click Halberd again and then re-click it.
Yeah, I guess I could do that. Well, here I'll do that one. Boom, because I'll need.
As long
it
as you
to
don't
anyways.
As long as you don't crit, it'll.
Oh, get fucked.
Nice. Okay, nice fucking big ass plunging attack deep into his chest. And he's definitely worse for wear, but not super. He's still pretty hardy.
Well, it's alright. The halberd butt rolled, so I mean that one hit him too, I reckon.
Okay. Yep. Go ahead and butt him in the face with that halberd.
Ooh, I'm gonna re-roll that one. With my greater weapon fighting. Yeah.
Nice. He lets out a pained howl and is doing pretty poorly now.
Well, sounds like it's time to action surge and finish him off.
Yep, that's a good another plunging halberd attack. For 11. And he is now heavily wounded. And then next up is going to be Jarnafelt.
Okay, and Jarnafeld's gonna try and finish the job here.
Nice.
I'm gonna click this again just so I can see. I'm not rolling anything with it.
Okay.
Alright.
No plunging slash. 4/4.
Is it enough?
Nope, he's still alive.
Alright, sounds like it's time for him to go ahead and use his last spell slot to Divine Smite him.
Sick. That's also undead. Perfect. So it's going to be 20 radiant damage total.
Oh, well, I don't know why I said
16.
4. Yeah, well, it's 16 on that, and then just 4 on the slashing. So.
Okay, cool. Alright, with the 16 radiant damage, he flails around and shrieks, and he is no more.
Great, so then Jarnefeld's going to use his bonus action to quaff his Estus flask.
Cool.
And then he's going to add 2 to that, so 8, so he's up to 10.
Perfect.
And he will use his movement to get right behind the barrels there.
Okay. Next up is going to be the damaged Hollow Soldier grasping at his wound, and he's going to make 2 short sword attacks against Yumi.
My very being is on fire. I can feel my death approaching.
Oh, here we go.
Maybe we should let Enith hold on to those chimes.
Oh shit!
No joke.
Crit fail. So, in his damaged and weak state, let's see. Fucking type. Oh, I didn't. I typed in the word short. That doesn't help. In his damaged and weak state, he is going to fling his sword into the ground 5 feet away. And he's going to need to take some movement and a bonus action to pick it back up. So he's going to, well, he doesn't need a bonus action, you just turn around. So he's going to turn around and pick it back up, and he's not going to get a second attack. And the one who got smushed by barrels is going to make a strength check to try to get them off of him. Let's see.
If he fails, Clamps is gonna finish him off.
14. Yeah, he gets one of the barrels off, and he stands up. But that strength would be his action. So he has stood up, and he's going to get behind this tree right here. And then next step's going to be Enith.
Alright, so I can see him, correct? Like those barrels now that they've like leveled
Yeah, you
off,
can
they're
see
not
him.
like okay, so I'm just gonna launch a firebolt at him.
Holy fucking Christ. Right in the spinal cord.
Nice.
7 damage.
Okay, let's see if he has... Okay, so that will be just 7 damage.
Wait, who did he hit?
This one?
Okay.
Yeah, and he shrieks out in pain and keels over, but brings himself back up. Very heavily injured, blood staining down his chainmail.
Help
Alright.
me.
Then me and Clamps are gonna run over and hide behind this tree.
Him still in your helmet?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, Yumi. Good old slap.
Throw me the chimes!
Does mine
Okay.
kill it, or do I need to make another attack?
He is shaking, but still alive.
Oh boy, time to bonus action.
Nice. Alright, and that is enough to bring him down to the heap.
I will spend 10 feet of movement to take cover behind this tree.
Perfect.
That's my turn.
Cerebald!
I'm gonna... Let's see. Is this... I'm gonna bop up there.
Yep.
And
he's
then
in
I will... What?
half cover.
Alright, let's go for it anyway, baby. Does a 14 hit?
It does.
And then I gotta roll a percent die for half cover.
Nope. 5e completely pretty much deals away the whole percent die system. I think he just... Oh, shit, just a second. You might not hit because I
Half
think
cover adds to
plus
AC.
2 to AC. Half cover gives him a plus 2 to AC.
Yeah.
So you would actually not hit. You'd hit the tree.
Nice. Who knew that my biggest enemy in this campaign first session would be fucking trees?
There's a feat called Sharpshooter, which if you're a variant human, you might have taken it already because you get a free feat. But it makes you ignore 1/2 and 3/4.
Sucks. Go ahead, Hedges.
Hedges, seeing that there's one left, will start sprinting up its way, and while he's doing it, he will draw, still holding his halberd in one hand, he's going to draw his hand axe and throw it at that one that's still up there.
Ooh. I'd also say that's half cover where he's at.
What? Look where we're at. He's so far.
Oh yeah, I guess that would make more sense. I'm looking at the tree branches, but they're obviously one of them. Okay, cool. Jesus. Slams into the tree.
Alright, well, since that did that, I'll go ahead and, well, I can't do anything else. Alright, so I'll chill here.
And Jarnafelt?
Jarnafelt is gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to join me on my charge. In fact, he's actually going to close all the way using a dash. Get right up there.
Okay.
Dark Souls tree.
Dude. Pretty great. So the last remaining Hollow Soldier short bow, and he will slicey McDicey Jitsu Slitsu Jarnafelt.
With his short bow?
No, he brings out a short sword.
Okay.
It's gonna miss, and he's gonna make a second attack, which is also going to miss. And Enith, use your crab to finish him off.
Alright, so Enith is gonna, like, take off her hat. And she's gonna point over at the last enemy, and she's gonna whisper to Clamps, and she's gonna just say, "Give him the clamps." And Clamps is gonna run over, and he's going to attempt to give the clamps to this guy right here.
Give him inspiration. Give him advantage.
You should.
I'm not a bard, I can't do that.
No, that's DM advantage right there. That's so good.
Yeah.
No DM advantage. Fuck you. Crab's gonna have to make his own way in the world.
Alright, so...
Okay, that is a solid hit.
Clamps don't need fucking no one! Do it.
And he does 1d1 bludgeoning damage.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my god, let me look at this motherfucker of Monster CR.
So he does 1 damage. That is the option. That's it.
Yeah, literally it just says +0 to hit one target.
Yeah, homie, the spell Hex. Come on.
Okay. The Hollow is irritated by the goblin ankle biting. Go ahead, Yumi.
Well, short bow time, I guess. Why not?
Climb the tree first. I dare you.
Alright, fuck it.
It's your thing.
Ow.
That's fine. You don't need to climb the tree. I'll just give you another. So we need to kill this motherfucker.
23 to hit.
Yeah, right between the ribs. Okay, and with that, the last remaining Hollow falls to his death in a heap.
I didn't even roll my sneak attack damage.
And all is quiet once again. city plaza.
Alright, Hedges is going to try and quickly loot the bodies.
Oh,
So Marcel.
I am joining with the specific purpose of grabbing that heavy crossbow and all the bolts he had on him.
Okay, let me go ahead and roll for the bolts on him. Actually, go ahead and roll investigate.
I'm gonna
you
try
got
and
it,
get
boss.
those arrows from the short bow hollow.
I was gonna say if we want Enid to search the bodies, I have a +5 to investigate.
Yeah, we'll do a party investigate. So not everybody's rolling. So you get 7 bolts.
And the heavy crossbow?
Yep.
Hedges is
Alright,
also going to retrieve his hand axe from the tree.
Okay, so for the hollow soldiers, I'm gonna need you to make 2 different percentage rolls before we do loot.
me?
For whoever is investigating. Whoever's gathering the loot.
I have a good investigation roll.
It's not gonna. It's just gonna be a flat percentage before we do loot. There's gonna
Oh,
be.
fuck. I'll let somebody else do it then, because I'm writing the shit up.
Let Enith do it. There it is. 2 of them.
Okay. Yep, 2 of them. Oh, your second one. Awesome. You're going to get 5 fire bombs off of both of them.
Okay, we can split that up however you guys want.
And I'll give you their
I have my own fire bombs.
Yeah, but we're gonna throw you in and crossbow you.
Oh, that's a good idea. Human firebomb.
10d10 damage. Let's go.
Let me go ahead
That's always
and
how I wanted to go. Wait, why wouldn't we just strap them to clamps here?
You know we would.
And then I can just throw a firebolt at him.
Yep.
Okay, if you guys want to go write it down, the fire bombs have that range and they deal that much fire damage if they hit.
Alright, I'm stuffing those in a pouch.
Okay. And then let's go ahead and let me do some more of these percentage rolls real quick. Make 2 percentage rolls for the large.
Someone else can get these ones.
I just wanted arrows.
Okay, and then your second roll.
Fuck.
Okay, you find nothing off of him special. And then the Starved Hounds are not going to have percentage rolls. So let's go ahead and just roll investigation. Do our regular investigation roll. Oof.
Assisted, right?
If you want,
Well, yeah, assisted for that advantage. Can I have it?
go ahead. Okay, yeah, so we'll go ahead and do it, the 20 then for the assist. So let's go ahead and see what we find.
I would also say, like, first things first, too, like, Enith would, like, shout over to Yarnafelt and Hedges and be like, I think it was a mistake to change our armor. Well, at least for you guys. I think we should change back.
Yeah, Hedges agrees, but not before walking over to Yumi and says, "Mind if I see those chimes for a moment?"
Oh, be my guest.
He takes them and then walks them over and drops them in the witch's hands before changing his gear. And
yes. I think this would be a good time for a rest as well.
Uh-huh. It won't be a long rest, though. So you guys are going to earn 3 magic items. So the first one is going to be Spell Scroll Rope Trick.
Again, handed to Enith. Or he looks over at, before handing it over, and looks over at the ranger or the bowman.
If you don't mind, I would like to just borrow it for some time. I can copy it into my spell book.
Hedges shrugs and says, "Witchcraft." Just hands it to you.
Hedges will be happy about this one.
I can't see. Did you type it in?
A saddle.
Saddle of the
Saddle Cavalier.
Oh. Guess I get to ride Jarnafelt. What's up?
Okay. And then we find our last one. Last magic item. It'll be a ring of jumping.
Hedges looks at both those greedily, but he knows that the ring of jumping could probably be used better with someone else. So, but being a mounted combatant in his life, he asks if taking the saddle would be okay for potential future use.
Of course, I do not like horses. Just grabs.
I've
Just
got
wait
no
to get a
qualms.
larger deuce on your crab, for real though.
Maybe someday I'll ride you, Clamps.
And Hedges whispers, he says, I hope no, she writes, no one. Poor bastard. Shudders. And, and the ring, he says, this particularly useful for anyone.
I would enjoy it.
Oh, would you now? But then he holds it and says, after all, why shouldn't I keep it? With a hungry gleam in his eye.
Oh, shut the fuck up. And then you guys earn 1,050 souls to be split up amongst y'all from this encounter.
You feel a deep
260
urge to refer to your companions, all of them, as Master Frodo.
He looks over at Yumi, and before handing it, just like holds it in his hand, shakes, and holds it back for a second, and just like with his other hand, trying to slide a hand, just like acts like he drops it into her hand. With the other hand, it clearly doesn't have it.
Okay.
What's that division of the 1,050?
That's pretty much your gold.
So
I know. What's the division between all of us?
Okay.
Between 5?
210.
I would say you
200.
guys just keep track of party loot, and whoever wants to.
There's 5 of us, right? 1,500 skulls. That's 300 a person, ain't it?
1,050, not
Oh,
1,500.
Oh, 1,050.
It's 210 each.
Okay.
Yeah, 210.
210, all right.
Cool. Were you guys stripping the armor and going balls deep?
Yep.
Nice.
Okay, and then your
I
short
always
rest.
go balls deep.
Are you guys going to go roll to regain HP?
So during the short rest, I would like to be taking the one, I'd be holding the chime the entire time, but I would be copying the spell scroll of rope trick into a blank page of my spell book.
Cool. Love it.
Hedges is gonna second wind before the rest, and because he doesn't have any hit die left.
I crit failed it.
Damn.
Alright, he's back at full. Yarnafelt, he probably wants to hold on to his lay of hands since the day of adventuring's still going. And he only has 1 hit die left as well, so he'll roll that. Oof, he's at 12, so he'll spend 5 lay of hand points to get himself up to 17.
Okay. And then I'll give. We'll go ahead and have a sort of send off after this. Was there any sort of anything else you guys needed to do while you were here with us?
You never told me how many arrows I got from searching this hollow.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and roll investigation.
Crap.
Like, if anyone needed to use an extra Estus flask, they could probably use mine.
Crap.
1.
The one arrow I shot him with.
Well, instead of burning his lay of hands, could Yarnafelt use your Estus flask?
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Okay. Alright, never mind. He gets to full and keeps his lay of hands.
Okay, cool.
Oh my god. Hey, the Ring of Jumping, guys, would super synergize with the halberd that I got from Gundyr. Because I can
but it would stack with my Step of the Wind with Key, so I could times my jump distance by 6.
When are you ever going to need to jump that far, Jesse Owens?
Wait, what can you jump? What allows you to jump that?
Key point, Step of the Wind.
Oh.
Well, I only say that because if I move
It's-
10 feet in a straight line, which the jump would give me, I could attack with that halberd doing an extra 2d8 damage per hit, and it knocks him prone.
Yeah, but how else is Yumi gonna jump from tree top to tree top?
Right. Well, and I can't even do that with the thing right now, so it actually wouldn't be so helpful for me as it would you. So yeah.
Well,
go
once
ahead.
we get you a mount too, like you'll be able to like move probably 10 feet pretty easily and
Right.
attack.
Yeah, I
I
totally
can
agree.
jump for a full 30 feet of movement.
Bro, please take this ring then. Are you kidding? The ring of jumping. And you could do that as a bonus action.
I need to get level 2 monk so I can get my key points though.
So, if we're all ready to continue, everybody said they were stripping their armor then.
I'm keeping it on.
Fuck no, I'm keeping mine. Are you shitting me?
Yeah.
Hedges
It
and
doesn't really
Jarnfeld
affect
went
mine.
back into theirs.
Okay, let me go ahead and grab the tokens of the people who are keeping it. So, who said that they were besides Cerebral?
I'm keeping it on, but I would like to note that I'm putting my traditional like garb over it.
Okay, cool. Alright, so let me go ahead and bring this to our slide that we will end on for the night. So I can go ahead and...
Actually, yeah, that's a good idea. If I see you putting your garb over the top of it, I think I would do the same with mine as well from the Royal Archers.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So at this point in the day, the sun begins to set, the sky begins to become red, and the breeze of the sea below us, we can feel it from above us and smell salt water. And we see that we are getting close to the slums and these collections of scattered houses. We're able to sneak our way through the alleys of these slums, seeing candlelight glowing behind the dust-covered and cracked windows, and seeing just like hollows swaying back and forth aimlessly with no purpose within them as we sneak past these houses. When eventually we get to the part of the slums that we were directed to by Derek, and we head our way down winding small alleyways to a stone staircase where we can hear the gnashing of teeth and the ripping of flesh. And we see in front of us there is some starved hounds over a dead hollow's body, ripping it apart, as well as a hollow that is just cupping its hands together and drinking the blood of this hollow left over. And they don't notice us as we are within the shingled, decrepit slums. And we will figure out what our next action will be next session.
Sweet.
Ooh.
All right, sweet.
That was dope.
I can't wait to watch this on fucking Twitch. So somebody should shoot me a link of that.
I'm guessing we'll probably have that uploaded, tomorrow? You'll have that taken care of after editing?
Yeah. It does take a few fucking hours, so it would be either tomorrow or Sunday.
All right, sweet.
Dude, I'm always surprised at how fast you get it done.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It feels like it's a long time for me.
Oh, is that uploaded? I thought we live streamed on Twitch and then.
Yeah, and then we save the video and I edit it down.
Yeah, you actually can't save the video on Twitch unless you have a certain amount of subscribers.
Oh shit! I had no idea.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
you have to save it separately.
Okay, sweet.
All right. Well, thanks for playing, you guys, and I look forward
Fuck
to
yeah!
hanging out 2 weeks from now.
Right on. You guys have a good one.
Later.
Yeah, take it easy, everybody.